Just do the best you can. I'm not in the mood. Is Reagan here? Reagan? No.
I'm doing the same one, because I did the same one for Drake. Would I be able to do the same one? I'll just change it again. Are you spelling your name?
I'm not understanding. Go. What, son? If you don't know, Square. I need you to turn your brain off. All right, head back to your seats. All right, are there any that you just had no idea? Are there any that you had no idea about? No? Christian? Anybody? Kira?
18.
Okay, so 18 says, can you write an algebraic expression to represent the real life situation? It says the area of a rectangle when the length is twice the width. All right, so when we're finding a rectangle, what do we know about a rectangle? Like when we're finding an area, what do we know? Gracie?
There, two sides are equal.
No. When we are finding the area of a rectangle, what do we know? Silas? Length times width. So we know that this is going to be length times width. All right, so essentially, let's try to write the right thing. So we know that L stands for our length. We know that W stands for our width. So we're doing, if the length, it tells you length is, which means equals 2 times the width. So you're going to do 2W, and that is technically your length. All right, and then multiplied by your width. So the width times 2 times the width. Does that make sense? Yes, no? Kind of, sort of? Okay, so it tells us right here, L equals 2 times W, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
So that's what it told us right there. Y'all told me that the formula to find the area of a rectangle is length times width. So what I did was I just plugged in 2 times W for L, and then I multiplied it by the width. Does that make sense? Okay. This is essentially substitution. This is using the ability to write your expression. So we're moving into a lot more difficult stuff. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about evaluating expressions. Today is going to really make you think. You're welcome, welcome back kind of thing. So take this. For now, I just want you to fold it. Or sorry, are there any other ones you want to go over? I guess I should ask that first. Nope. All right, so take this, just fold it. You don't need to glue it in or anything right now. And I want you to slide over to the right side. Please go ahead and title that. Stand up when you have this title. All right. So again, this is really going to make us think. We're going to have to use a lot of different information to solve these problems. Also, this is from the basics of being able to translate an expression all the way to applying it in a problem. So it says, the Donaldson family just purchased a new home. Before moving in, they will remodel some of the rooms in the house or in the home. Use the information below to complete the task. Now, we are only really going to focus on task 1 and 2. Task 3 is a little bit harder, so I don't want to go too in depth right now with task 3, but we're focusing on task 1 and task 2. So it says the Donaldsons plan to paint the kitchen, cabinets, and drawers. They will also replace the flooring in the living room. For each description, define the variables and translate the verbal expression to an algebraic expression. All right, so variables. Raise your hand and tell me, what is a variable? It's a variable. You're not sure? I'll give you a hint. I've updated the wall. There's some information up there. Do you have a notebook slap full of information that you can also look back in to help you? So you have lots of options. Ansley. Okay, so a variable is an unknown number represented by a letter. Okay, so that's essentially what we're going to be doing. We're going to be using variables for our unknown information. And if you want to use a highlighter, say you can. If you just want to use your pencil, that's fine as well. All right, so looking at A, it says the kitchen has 7 more cabinets than drawers. So what's important in this information right here? What's important? Silas?
7 more cabinets.
Okay, so we know that there are 7 more cabinets. So more, what word does more, or what operation does more go with? Is it going to be addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division? Alex? It's going to be addition. So I know that this means plus. Okay, and then drawers. Do we know the number of drawers? Yes or no? No. All right, so we're going to define our variable by saying D equals number of drawers. Okay, so the D is our variable that's representing that unknown number. And then where it says represent the number of cabinets, we're just simply going to take 7 more cabinets than drawers and write it as an expression. So we're going to do 7 plus D. All right, B, it says the length of the living room is twice the width. Okay? So, which one is our variable? Is it going to be our length, or our width? What do you think? Which one is our variable? Our length or our width? Gabe?
Length.
Not the length, because it tells you the length of the living room is. Right? And that's okay. That's why we're going over this, because this is where eventually we're going to be. All right? So then our variable is not our length, because it tells us that it's going to be the width. And the length is what? So what represents the length? It tells us right in our problem. What represents our length? Kaden? Huh? Yes, but remember how we wrote a algebraic expression here? What's our algebraic expression there? Zach?
L.
Nope. The length is, it tells us the length of the living room is twice the width. So what is our expression? Twice the width. It's telling us we just have to put it into numbers. Samantha.
W times 2.
Close. We're going to do 2W because it's just twice the width. All right, C, it says the number of gallons of paint needed is 4 less than half the number of cabinets. Okay, so you should kind of see a pattern now. Are you starting to see the word is? So it's telling us what our expression is going to be. And then we have to figure out again, which one is our variable? So do we know the gallons or do we know the cabinets? Y'all, this is not rocket science. Someone raise your hand and read me what C says again. So just read me what C says. Drake.
Gallons.
Is our variable? Read me what C says.
The number of gallons.
Stop right there. So it tells us the number of gallons, right? Does it not say that? Okay, I'm speaking to the walls. Walls, does it not say the number of gallons? It does. Like this is, I'm not asking y'all to tell me anything that you don't know. Drake, read that first part again.
The number of gallons.
The number of gallons. So we know the number of gallons because it tells us that, right? So our variable that we're trying to find is the number of cabinets. So C equals number of, and since I write super big, I don't have an efferent, but it's the number of cabinets. Now, the number of gallons is 4 less than half the number of cabinets. So it tells us our expression right there, does it not? And that key word or key phrase less than is what? What's special about less than? Raise your hand. It's a switch phrase, which means we have to actually flip-flop. So this becomes half times C minus 4. All right. D says the cost of new flooring is $500 plus $3 per square foot. So, do we know the cost of flooring or do we know the number of square feet? Isaac? We know the cost of flooring. So we know that our feet is going to be number of square feet. And again, I write too big. So because it tells us the cost of new flooring is, that's the key word, 500 plus 3 times, or 3 per square foot. So this becomes 3 times F plus 500. All right, so task number 2. It says before purchasing the supplies for the remodel, Mrs. Donaldson collects the information shown in the tables. So she collects this information. Okay? It says use the information from task 1 to evaluate the expressions and fill the missing items in the table. So the word evaluate means solve. So essentially, we're going to plug in information and we're going to solve for the number of cabinets and for the number of gallons of paint that we need. So if I'm trying to find the number of cabinets, I'm going to use this expression. Do I know the number of drawers? Based off of this table. I'm sorry, read the table, please. Do I know the number of drawers? Stop, just get your brains on. Look at this. Do I know the number of drawers? Yes, I do. The table tells us the number of drawers. So D equals 9. So ultimately, I just simply do 7 plus 9 equals what? 7 plus 9. This is not a trick question. This is just straight up addition. 7 plus 9, Blake. 16. So there are 16 cabinets. There are 9 drawers. Now I have to find the number of gallons of paint. So again, I'm using this expression right here. Do I know the number of cabinets? Yes or no? We just figured out the number of cabinets. So 16 is my number of cabinets. So I'm going to do half times 16 minus 4, because that is the expression that was right here. So what is half of 16? Half of 16 is 8, so then I do 8 minus 4, which gives me how many gallons of paint do I need? 4. Okay? Questions? No? So do you guys see what we did? We had a problem. We figured out what our variable is going to be, and then we wrote our expression. And then we were given information to solve. You guys, as a group, are going to try this one. So it gives you the it gives you the width of the living room. That's where you're starting. So you're starting up here. Just like we did here, we're just plugging information in. And then we have to find the cost of the flooring. So once we find the area of our living room, we're going to multiply by 3 and add 500. All right, go ahead. As a group, you're solving this problem.
So we just said so what is yes, so okay, but then we have to find the area. So we need to know times that by so times 12 and 24
Make sure, as I'm listening, guys, make sure you do not forget to find the area of, obviously, what?
living room.
The living room. You're not just going to do 2 times W. So you got to add an extra part in there.
Got it. Area substitute. What?
It's length times width. Length times width, but you cannot forget your length. It is not 72. So if you're getting the answer 72, that is not right. Not 72. Because you're not, guys, the length is 2 times W. They give you the width, but that is only the length. You have to multiply 2 times W times the length. If you are not doing that, you are skipping an entire part. The formula is length times width. Lord Jesus.
No, it's like means like plus like how much like it's over 500.
Listen to length, right? So 2 times W, so 2 times 12 is what? 24. And then you have to do 24 times your length. What is your length? Sorry, what is your width? My fault. What is your width? Yes, so you're doing 24 times 12.
So as 28 times.
Yeah. Stand up. Stand up when you're finished so I know. All right. Have a seat. Let's go ahead and go over this. All right, stop talking. You had plenty of time to talk. So, we know that the width of the living room is 12. Remember, you still have to do length times width. What is the expression for our length? What is the expression for our length? Kaden.
Length of the living room is twice the width.
Right.
So
So again, our length is 2 times W, so 2 times the width. So you're going to do 2 times 12, which gives you what? 24. This equals our length. What is our width? 12. So then I have to do 24 times 12, which gives me 288. So the area of our living room is 288 feet squared. Now, what do I do with that 288? I use my next expression, right? So what do? Christian? No. Jesus, take all of the wheel and drive off the cliff at this point. Blake? No. Y'all know. You have an expression right here, just like we did here, just like we do here, just like we did for the A and for the C. What is our expression? Kira? I can't hear anything you're saying. What's our expression? Don't tell me anything else. What is the expression? Y'all, I understand that this is the first day back. I really do. But this is ridiculous. What is the expression? I'm not asking you to plug in any numbers. I'm just simply asking you to tell me what this is. Silas? 3 times F plus 500. The square feet is 288. So you're going to do 3 times 288 plus 500. When you do 3 times 288, what do you get? 864 plus 500 gives you $1,364. Your answer is $1,364. And this is why we are not doing task 3. We can't get past task 1. Glue this into your notebook. Glue this into your notebook. Stand up when you have that glued in. No one said top. All right, go ahead and title the next blank left page, expression word search, homework, and then today's date. And I'm going to quickly discuss with you your homework because it's more than just the word search. Thumbs up when you have this copy down. Okay, so everyone, obviously you know how to do a word search. You have words and you have to find them in the numbers. Now, the problem comes in, there are no words. You have to use vocabulary, which you have all the vocabulary words except for one, which I'm going to give you, to write in on these lines, and then you find those 10 words in your word search. So, for example, it says a math phrase that combines operations, numbers, and sometimes variables is called what? Then it gives you a little hint even. It says it does not have an equal sign. So it does not have an equal sign. So what word do we know? And if you're not sure, you can probably look up there even, right? Expression. So I'm going to write expression on this line. I annotated to show, possibly, maybe not show because it doesn't want to focus, to show how I figured out that word is expression. That is what you're doing for each one of these. Now go to number 8, because number 8 we have not talked about yet. It says if the blank property is applied, the equivalent expression will be this. So this one is distributive. You are only looking for the words that you write. You're not looking for distributive property. You're just looking for the word distributive. Does that make sense? You must annotate. You must write your words down, and then you have to find them in the word search. That is your homework for tonight. Okay? You have a few minutes. Go ahead and get started on it.